George Russell said something after the Miami Grand Prix that no driver ever wants to say on camera. "I haven't forgotten how to drive." 4 races in, his 19-year-old teammate has won 3 straight, and Russell is openly admitting he copied that same teammate's setup just to find pace. So what is actually happening inside Mercedes right now, and how bad does this get? He's just 19, and after Miami, after a rough weekend where Russell crossed the line 43 seconds behind him and even switched to Antonelli's setup just to stay in the fight late, Russell faced the media and dropped a line no driver wants tied to their name. "I haven't forgotten how to drive." That hits different. Pause on that for a second. Nobody says that unless the pressure is real and getting loud. Something is shifting inside Mercedes, and the results are only giving us a glimpse. Antonelli isn't just beating Russell. He's doing it in a way that's got a seasoned driver second-guessing himself out in the open, and that's serious. This isn't small talk. This is the headline of the 2026 season so far, even if Mercedes stays quiet about it. And Miami? People are missing the real story. Russell was off the pace the whole weekend. That track just doesn't play to his strengths. Low grip, high tire pressure, and a layout that favors a style he's already admitted doesn't match how he drives. That part makes sense, no question. What really raises eyebrows is what went down in the final 10 laps of that race. Russell started tweaking his setup mid-race, making bold changes on the fly, and he openly admitted he pulled key ideas straight from Antonelli's setup. And just like that, everything changed fast. He even said the impact was bigger than he expected. One moment he's stuck in traffic on hard tires with 0 pace, looking completely boxed in. Next thing you know, he's slicing past Verstappen and Leclerc like it's light work in the closing laps. Same car, same tires, but now it's a different vibe completely. That's the uncomfortable reality sitting inside Mercedes right now. Antonelli has unlocked something in that W17 that Russell just hasn't tapped into yet, and the gap isn't small at all. We're talking about the difference between fading in the midfield and straight-up winning races. Russell copying the setup and instantly finding speed isn't some feel-good story about quick thinking. It raises bigger questions. Why did it take until the end of race 4 for him to catch onto something his 19-year-old teammate had figured out from day one? Now there's a narrative floating around the paddock, and some people are already pushing it hard. They're saying Antonelli's edge is mostly down to setup, that he just found the perfect configuration for the W17, and sooner or later Russell will crack the same code and close that gap. Sounds simple, but it's not that clean. I'm not buying that story at all. Setup plays a role, sure, it always does. But what Antonelli is pulling off goes way beyond just tweaking a car. In qualifying, he keeps finding lap time that Russell simply cannot reach, even though they've got the same data, same engineers, same machinery. Look at Miami. Antonelli put nearly 4/10 on him, and that's not small. Here's where it gets wild. Russell said his lap actually felt solid, like he got the most out of it. Meanwhile, Antonelli casually says he probably left time out there, so one driver is maxed out and still way behind, while the other isn't even fully satisfied and still dominating. That's not about setup anymore, that's on driving, plain and simple. And in races, it keeps showing up. Antonelli handles tires smarter, manages energy cleaner, and just looks more in control across every stint. Now add this into the mix. His starts have been rough every single race. He keeps losing positions early, putting himself on the back foot right away. But then what happens? China, bad start, still wins. Japan, bad start, still wins. Miami, same story, same result. You don't keep pulling that off unless everything else is locked in at a higher level, and right now, he's operating on a different tier. Then there's Toto Wolff stepping in before Miami, and that caught a lot of people off guard. He brought up Hamilton and Rosberg, Barcelona 2016. Yeah, that moment. He started talking about the weight of representing 150,000 Mercedes employees and what that responsibility really means. And he made it clear. The second a driver starts thinking it's all about them, that mindset won't fly with this team. Nobody even asked for that statement, and that's what makes it hit harder. Mercedes had already bagged 3 wins. Both drivers were sitting first and second in the championship. From the outside, everything looked calm, controlled, and locked in. So if there was no outside pressure, then the pressure had to be coming from inside the team. No other way to read it. Now go back and read that statement again after Miami. After a weekend where Russell openly talked about the gap, admitted he copied his teammates' setup, and stood there telling the world, "I haven't forgotten how to drive." That doesn't come out of nowhere. That's a driver feeling the heat in real time, and it's getting harder to hide. And let's be real about who that message was aimed at. Wolff wasn't warning Antonelli. The 19-year-old is calm, respectful, and locked in on the team. Every time he speaks, he gives credit to the engineers, his family, everyone around him. No drama, no noise, just results. Russell, on the other hand, has built his whole career knowing he's quick enough to fight for titles, and now he finally has the car to prove it. But here's the twist. His teammate, still basically a newcomer, is beating him straight up. That kind of situation builds pressure fast, and pressure, as Wolff has seen before, leads to mistakes creeping in. That warning wasn't about something that already happened. It was about what could be coming next if this keeps going the same way. 20 points after 4 races. That's the gap right now. You can spin that 2 ways. One side says it's nothing, totally manageable across a long 24-race season. Russell has already won in Australia, had the speed to take China and Japan before things slipped away, and he's proven at this level. But the other side? That's where it gets uncomfortable, and it's a lot harder to ignore. Antonelli has taken the last 3 wins in the exact same car, and here's the wild part. He's been messing up his starts every single time. He keeps losing positions right off the line, putting himself in trouble early, and still ends up on top. Meanwhile, the gap in the standings isn't holding steady. It's stretching out more and more each race. After Australia, it was level. After China, just a small gap. Japan made it 9 points. Miami? Now it's 20. That's not luck, that's a pattern forming right in front of everyone. Now Canada is up next, and it's way bigger than people are making it seem. Russell has history in Montreal. He's won there before, and that track suits him way more. It's all about precision and clean technical driving, exactly his style. Nothing like the messy, low-grip chaos of Miami. So if Russell comes back strong, takes the win, and cuts the gap to 13, watch how fast the story flips. Suddenly it's all about momentum shifting back his way. But flip that scenario the other way. If Antonelli keeps the streak alive and pushes that gap to 27, the whole conversation changes instantly, and it won't be something Mercedes can brush aside anymore. At that point, Wolff is forced into tough territory, making calls about team dynamics that no boss wants to make out loud, and every driver feels creeped in behind the scenes. And don't forget, before Miami, Wolff already brought up Hamilton and Rosberg, Barcelona 2016. That collision that cost the team big and sparked one of the most tense chapters in Mercedes history. That wasn't random. That was a signal being sent. So who was it aimed at? Because Antonelli isn't causing issues. He's 19, steady, respectful, always putting the team first every time he speaks. He keeps giving credit, keeps things calm, and just delivers results. Meanwhile, Russell is out here saying, "I haven't forgotten how to drive." He's the one who finished 43 seconds behind his teammate and then admitted to the world he had to copy that same teammate's setup just to find pace at the end. Russell is the one carrying the pressure right now, no way around it. And pressure inside Mercedes? That's not new territory for Wolff. He's watched this movie before with Hamilton and Rosberg, 2 elite drivers pushing each other to the edge while still winning titles. He knows exactly how it begins. Little comments here and there, body language getting tighter, interviews that sound calm on the surface but have something sharp underneath. That line, I haven't forgotten how to drive. Yeah, that's got an edge to it. And behind the scenes, there's a much bigger question hanging over everything. One Wolff can't just say out loud. If Antonelli keeps stacking wins, if Canada plays out like China, Japan and Miami, then when does the team stop treating both drivers the same and start backing one over the other? That's not some wild theory, that's real F1 logic. Every top team runs that calculation when one driver starts pulling away. Mercedes tried to delay it for as long as possible back in the Hamilton-Rosberg days, and even then, things still got messy. Wolff already knows where this road can lead. The only unknown is when he's forced to make that call. 3 wins, 3 poles, a 20-point lead. That's not hype anymore, that's control. Antonelli isn't just a rising name now, he's setting the pace. Meanwhile, the driver who was supposed to lead all this is switching setups mid-race and telling the world, "I haven't forgotten how to drive." That contrast is loud, and people inside the paddock are definitely noticing. Wolff saw the signs early. He tried to send a warning before Miami, but it either didn't land or nobody wanted to take it seriously at the time. Now Canada is right around the corner, and this is Russell's moment. This track fits him, suits his style, and gives him the cleanest shot to stop this trend before it locks in fully. Because if he wins, everything flips again, just like that. But if he doesn't, that quiet question Wolff is avoiding becomes impossible to ignore. And right now, the most intense fight in Formula One isn't between different teams at all. It's happening inside one garage, with 2 drivers in identical cars. One of them just 19, making it all look way too easy. And whether this stays under control or starts boiling over, Canada is where that answer starts to show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to never miss the latest F1 news.